Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. To throw again on second down. Love. And it breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Love's throw taken in by Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Love. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Michael Kendricks able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So we've reached, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Flush to his right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. They're connecting quickly with Goddard. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Second and goal from the 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He hits Adams complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down going to the air with Love. And that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But
and he loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. High throw, but he makes the catch. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Sanders. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
So now again, the Eagles will go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
One last shot now for Love. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.